and welcome to the first episode of our little, channel thing we're doing here, the little series. So welcome to Unfiltered, where we're going to say whatever the fuck we want because the government hasn't taken that right away from us yet.
Keyword.
Yeah. So I'm Emmy. I am 19 years old. I am a psychology major in university. And this is...
I guess that's me. My name's Haley. I'm 23 years old, and I'm going to be starting school soon to be a music therapist.
Yee.
Yee.
So this channel is really going to be just a lot of us fucking around, like me and Haley, friends, stuff like that. And just like talking, chatting. There's going to be long episodes like this one where we're just kind of talking, kind of like a podcast. There's going to be gaming. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned because we would love to hear your guys' suggestions for things you would like us to do, things you would like us to talk about. We are open to suggestion. So I have a couple really good topics that I'd love to talk about today that I think are going to be really interesting. And also prior, me and Haley don't really talk in depth about what we're going to talk about in the podcast. We kind of touch topics. We're like, oh, this is what we're going to talk about. And then we kind of just go from there. So it's a surprise for both of us, which I think is fun. But yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm stoked. I'm so excited.
Finally. So we actually made this channel back in mid-April. And we just kind of were struggling to work out the timing of everyone getting together. So this is going to be the first episode. You may see other people in upcoming episodes, other friends. But yeah, this is mostly a channel that I, kind of put together and with the support of Haley and friends. So this is going to be really good. I'm really excited. So let's get started. You ready?
I'm ready. So ready.
Okay. So the first topic I want to talk about, we're going to touch kind of on, is something is really common right now. Everyone's talking about TikTok, the TikTok ban, what's going to happen. But aside from it getting banned, I'd love to talk about the reasons I agree with the TikTok ban. No, I don't actually agree with the TikTok ban. I actually really love TikTok, and it's currently my brain rot sesh. Like, I'll just scroll forever and ever. But the first thing I want to talk about on TikTok that really fucking aggravates me is you ever scroll, and it's always at night. You're scrolling. It's like in 15 minutes, the person you've been wanting to talk to is going to call you. Your crush is going to confess their feelings to you in the next 24 hours. I'm like, the reason for me is because I don't think I've talked to someone I've had a really big crush on in approximately 6 months.
Those videos blow my mind. Like in 15 minutes. Like, how specific can you be? First of all,
I'm like, it's 3 a.m. No one's texting me.
And who is this? Exactly. And who is this person coming to text me?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have a clue of who I think it would be, but that person would text me some shit or they would send me a TikTok. They'd be like, look at this TikTok of Matt. And I'd be like...
And it would most likely be me.
Yeah, like it's
100%.
The only person that really texts me at 3 a.m. random shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that along with the tarot readings. I'm not saying that tarot readings are fake, but I definitely think that it's really difficult to kind of like give a full tarot reading to like hundreds of thousands of people.
The thing with me is they're like, oh, this found you for a reason. No hashtags. The algorithm brought me this way. And they're so dramatic about it. Like, be so for real. Like, you can't be real.
I love when
like your AI
brings me TikTok stuff that's like that, when it's like tarot readings or whatever, when the only thing that I do is repost Nick, Matt, and Chris edits.
Pretty much. Like, you like and one video.
From COD. Like, it's...
That or Dylan O'Brien.
It's always the style Stilinski edits for me.
But I've never, the thing with me is like, I've never liked one tarot video on there, so it's like I don't know how they keep popping up on my algorithm for fucking TikTok.
I used to, but then I went through and I like unfollowed all that shit because I was like, I need to stop. And
so it's like, probably your fault because I followed you. because I followed you, so now they're popping up on my For You page.
Great.
So it's your fault.
It's fine.
Found
Don't
out.
blame
Okay.
me. That's fine.
Okay.
The
Okay,
next
Cookie.
thing I think
Whatever.
we should talk about that I think me and you are gonna. This was the topic that when I brought it up, I literally texted her and I said, "Hey, I think we should talk about this," and she responded with, "Oh my God, yes," in all capitals. So book talk and bike talk.
Hallelujah! This is my topic. Hallelujah! Because if you guys want a tour, I will give you a tour of my bedroom, and my bookshelves, because I am all over book talk. I love reading. It's my best thing about me. I want to say is reading. So if anybody wants a tour, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but it's pretty badass up in here. So no need to brag.
You're bragging. You definitely mean to brag. Anyway. But yeah, so she reads a lot. I don't really read that much. Like I read a lot of stuff online. Mine is more like audiobooks, and it's not that I can't read. I just can't focus long enough. Like, I have
You can't read.
Send 6 times. No, I can read, bro. Stop, because I'm gonna be known as the one that can't read for the rest of my life. I can read. I just like I struggle with like losing the ability to focus. So I'll be like reading and then I have to reread the sentence like 6 times because I was like, wait, I don't remember what happened. So that's my problem.
See, like I can read.
Audiobook, I can listen and do something at the same time, and
yeah, I can read. It's different for me because I can read and listen to music at the same time, and a lot of people find that weird and don't understand how I can do that because they have to focus on one thing. But I don't know how I can do it. I've always done it since I was in middle school. So, but I can't do audiobooks because I get distracted and I do something else, and then I'm on my phone or looking at something on my phone if I'm listening to an audiobook. Yeah, and then I'm like, what? The thing with me is, like, if I'm reading, like, a romance book, then this talking in it is what gets me.
Dude, I remember I was on a trip to Florida once, and I was listening to a heavily romantic, intimate book, and it was an audiobook playing through my speakers, and it started reading out them having sex, and I threw up on my windshield. I was like, oh my god,
I'd be so embarrassed.
Like a guy voice and a girl voice, and I was like,
yeah, and that's the thing I can't do is like I don't I want to imagine it. Yeah, I want to imagine it myself.
I shouldn't see.
I want to imagine it myself, and I want to imagine him how I think, in my brain. So then they like put him in with her talking, and then I'm just like, that's not how I imagine him sounding. You know what I mean?
It just
like that's not.
Vibe.
Yeah. Not for me. But yeah, not for me.
Back to bike talk.
Wait. I want to say something.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion, because a lot of people on Book Talk said that this book was bad, but it actually turned out to be my favorite book I read last year. It's a 2-part book, actually 3, because the one that my phone is sitting on right now is the 3rd one to the book. But Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Bro, those books were. I don't know how. Like, I don't know why I like them so much, but I annotated that shit up. She ate it up. H.D. Carlton ate it up. She ate, and a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, but the best 2 books I've read all year. I think you need to read them right now.
I love when people disagree with me, so that because they're always like, well, everyone can have their own opinion. Yeah, and some of their opinions are just fucking wrong.
Wrong. First of all, you're wrong. When I seen all those people on there being like, yeah, this book was, a really big disappointment, and it's like it's very heavy in the sex scene department.
I'm just saying, if you don't have the mental capacity to handle it, then that's on you.
Then why are you reading it? Why did you buy it? Because it's popular on TikTok?
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
That's the whole point of Book Talk.
Book Talk?
You get book talk
to me? book talk to me is, I mean, I haven't really met anybody that's like, I mean, my best friend Marissa has a lot of interest in books too, but she hasn't read Haunting Adeline, and I've told her I don't know how many times she needs to fucking read it because to me it's good, and I feel like we have the same similarities in what we like to read. So
Mm-hmm.
I told her to read it, and she hasn't read it, and you haven't read it. I just want to hear. I haven't listened to the audiobook. I just want to see what the audiobook sounds like, what he sounds like, his voice.
I feel like audiobooks ruin my image of the man.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
he's
I can
definitely.
see
I
the
feel like he'd definitely
comments.
be a biker. He'd definitely be a biker for a 100%.
Have
He would
you
be a biker.
seen, I know this has been months and months and months, but we've all seen the edits of Matt Sterniolo on a motorcycle.
Crazy, wild,
Please
wild,
stop. Because he's already
wild.
killing us enough just himself being attractive, and I just didn't need anything else. Like, I
Yeah.
would have survived this life just fine without an edit of Matt on a motorcycle. And it's so funny because one of the edits are so bad. It's like just like a sliver of his eyes in the mask, and it's edited
I
so
only
awful.
seen one. I only seen one photo.
Oh my gosh. I just don't recommend looking.
And it was the one
I
where it was like,
found them. Yeah.
it was up for like taking the photo up.
Yeah, the guy was like built like him, and so it was like super believable. And everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, no one knew Matt like rode motorcycles." And I was like, "That's because he doesn't. Like, he
He does.
drives, and that's it. Not a motorcycle."
Let's see. He drives the Kia in the van.
That I mean,
Unless you want to make an edit of him in the van, then go right ahead.
Jesus. I mean, the edits. Oh my gosh. Speaking of edits, if I see one more edit that has the fucking clip of him doing push-ups while he was quarantined, I'm gonna lose it. Can we move on? I can't handle it. I love Matt, I love Nick, I love Chris, and never in my whole life do I want them to feel weirded out by fans over sexualizing them, okay? But y'all gotta just get to a point with us as a fandom and realize that y'all are sexy as fuck, and that y'all gotta be careful with what you do because you're killing us. And speaking on the Sterniolo stuff, so everybody in the fandom has been freaking the fuck out since the last Friday video because there was a statement made about no more Wednesday videos. And before that, prior to that, when we saw the wisdom teeth video, they had asked on Instagram, like, would we want longer Friday videos and no Wednesday video, or would we want both? And can I just say something for just a second on that topic? There's a lot of people on TikTok being like, oh no, like the tour ended and then the podcast ended and now no Wednesday videos. It's so sad we're watching them slowly quit. I don't think that that's what's happening at all. I think that every human on earth has this thing called burnout and they're tired. They've been doing this for years. Mm-hmm. And you also gotta account for the fact that like what the fandom has been recently, like just in the past like 3 or 4 weeks. And this was something we were actually going to touch topic on when we tried to film the first or second episode when we were doing this, and it just didn't happen. So we are going to like kind of bring it back up. We're not going to talk much about it because I don't really feel like adding fuel to the fire any more than it has already happened. But there's been a lot of talk about, people wishing bad things on the triplets and people talking a lot of shit about an experience they've had with Matt on tour. And to those people, shut your mouth. Like, you do not have to like them. You do not have to agree with us as a fandom. And you definitely don't have to, like, you had a bad experience and that's okay. Shut up. You're ruining it for us.
Okay? But, like, was it a bad experience? Because I feel like it was just a bad experience for her.
Well, my situation is that, like, in the picture, and for anybody who's seen it, then you know what we're talking about. And if you haven't seen it, just leave it alone. She literally explains, like, in grave detail about the fact that when she went up to him, he was having a panic attack. His hands were shaking. He was biting his nails. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. He looked unwell. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, like, oh, poor Matt. And then I go to read further, and she's like, I had an awful experience. He didn't even. So I walked away and went to Nick and Chris.
Shocking. Like, I think I was speechless. Honestly, the thing is like, I don't want him to think like everybody thought that. At the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, it just makes me speechless that she would even like post something like that if you know how he is. You know what I mean? And what he's been through and what he's struggled with. So it's like, why would you post that thinking that people are going to have your back and like talk shit about him?
That was the worst part, because I think that a lot of people feel disappointed when they meet people that they look up to or like their idols or whatever, purely based on the fact that they've created an imagination inside of their, like, they've created this idea of that person inside their head, and then they're kind of disappointed when they meet that person and it's not what they had imagined. But then again, you also got to understand that Matt has been very open about why he struggles around people in big groups. He has social anxiety, really, really bad anxiety. And coming from both of us who are diagnosed with anxiety, who struggle a lot with mental health, we can understand that. And a lot of the fandom, and especially a lot of the fandom who support Matt very heavily or who relate to Matt very heavily, also have anxiety or are diagnosed with certain mental illnesses. And a lot of the reason a lot of us relate very heavily to him is because it's not a lot of people on the internet that are going to be authentic about being mentally ill. There's not a lot of people on the internet that are going to show the bad parts of life. And as much as they don't show the bad parts, Matt has always been very open about his anxiety, and it's the reason why he doesn't go off and do the same things Nick and Chris do, and that's okay. He's his own separate person. Them being triplets doesn't mean they need to be grouped together and have the same fucking personality, do the same shit all the time. And it's the same fucking issue I had with well, Nick filmed with Tara and Chris filmed with Tara, so why didn't Matt film it? Because he didn't fucking want to, and he doesn't have to just because it's something that you guys want to see. I think that the whole fandom is getting to a point where it's like, they want to see what they want to see, and they want the experience they want. And it's, y'all are understanding, like, y'all are missing the point of, this is their life. They're adults. Let them do what they fucking want to do. I think it's so crazy that people that will never be in the fucking spotlight, people that will probably never have a platform, will talk shit on a bunch of people. But, like, just for a second, put yourself in their shoes. Having everything about your life under the spotlight and being overly criticized for everything that you do. Like, they probably struggle just living their lives regardless. Yeah. And you're making it difficult to get online and to interact with the fandom and interact with the community because they're afraid of, well, who's going to judge me? Who's going to say this and who's going to say that? Do you understand how much safer Matt would feel collabing with people and being around people if our fandom didn't jump to ship them with everybody in the fucking world? Like, God forbid fucking Tara made a couple fucking jokes and everyone was like, Tara made Chris uncomfortable.
So stupid.
Do you
guys
so understand anything about them? Like,
no.
Have you seen the shit they say to each other? Like, they're adults. And I can fucking assure you, anybody who knows the fandom knows that if Chris was uncomfortable, that video wouldn't have gone up.
100%.
Everybody all those please take a fucking seat and calm the fuck down.
The thing is like, they need to just grow up. Like, those kids they're 20 years old. They're gonna be 21 here soon. So it's like, I can't wait to see what people say when they are, you know,
well, it makes me fear for, like, eventually they're going to grow up and they're going to get relationships.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary all the way around.
And I feel like they shouldn't have to fear living a normal life that everybody else gets to live, all because that theirs is under the spotlight. Like, that's not what they asked for. Like, it that shit pisses me off. And especially as someone who's grouped in with the fandom consistently, it's like, oh, you guys are crazy. No.
You guys are crazy.
You guys are crazy. I'm sorry that, like, we don't over-exaggerate everything. Like, I remember people were like, I'm sobbing, I can't believe they're getting rid of Wednesday videos. And my initial reaction when they were like, we're getting rid of Wednesday's videos, I was like, I mean, I guess that sucks because it becomes a part of your routine. But then you get to the point where it's like, you know what? If I was burnt out or if I was tired, or if I wasn't enjoying something I was doing, I'd fucking change the schedule too. That's fine.
Yeah.
And the whole point about being a fan is supporting them regardless.
Yeah. And yeah, it probably sucks. And yeah, it probably sucks for them. But at the same time, they have to do what's best for them and what's best. Like, at the end of the day, it's only you in your head, in your brain. At the end of the day, it's just you. It's nobody else. So they have to do what is best for them and for their mental health. And they come first. Like, their mental health comes first. Like, for me, like, my mental health is a priority, like, top priority number one. So if I'm, going through an episode or doing whatever, then I'm going to do everything I can to help myself out to get out of it. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's nobody else in my head but me. So I'm going to try and help myself doing whatever I can. That's either going outside or, watching the stars or doing whatever I do, listening to music, which music helps a lot. And I'm a firm believer of music. That's, obviously why I'm going to be a music therapist. So it's like I'm a firm believer that music can get you through anything, truly. So it's like they have to do what's best for them, and going to one video a week when they've been doing it for how long? 3-4 years now. So it's like I
think that what's kind of getting missed in the situation is the fact that they said we're gonna stop doing Wednesday videos and do longer Friday videos.
Exactly. So it's like
you're gaining stuff too. You're not looking at the positives.
Yeah, instead of a 18-20 minute video on Friday, then it's going to be a 52-minute video like the wisdom teeth one.
I loved that wisdom teeth video.
So funny, bro.
He's so good. Throwing up gang
signs in the dental seat. Like, come on, bro.
What had me laughing is when, like, he's holding Chris's hand and Matt's like, you're so cool. And he's like, your mom. Never changed.
Or when Matt went to go get the ticket or whatever, and he comes back and goes, I'm gonna punch him.
I'm gonna punch him. He's like, stay here, hold this for me.
That was so funny.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think everybody in the fandom needs to just take a big breath and chill. Because it's not that serious. And if they quit doing YouTube tomorrow, your life would go on. So let's take a breather. We love them. We support them. Of course we want their content. Of course we want to watch their content and be there. But they're also humans. And they need time. They need healing. They need space. They need a lot of the same things that you need, that I need. Let's calm the fuck down and grow the fuck up. Because I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm tired. Just like Nick said, we're going to be ourselves on this channel and everyone's going to grow the fuck up. Right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And I stick by that.
Okay, ready? You ready for this? These are going to be the best facts that you've ever found out in your life. Okay, for context, I do a lot of research. I am a huge animal lover. Anything to do with anything animals in the ocean, outside, anything to do. So I do a lot of research on animals, and these are just my facts that I like to sit and read about during my day. I also buy a lot of animal books. I do a lot of research through my animal.
What does a whale make?
Huh?
What sound does a whale make?
Okay, listen here, if you want to know that, I'm not one to make that noise, so you can look it up on the YouTube. Okay. Listen to it with your white noise. Okay, fact number 1. Green sea turtles are known for their greenish color because of their vegetarian diet. Okay.
They're vegetarian?
Yes, they are.
So are they
100%.
different from other kinds of sea turtles, or is it just all sea turtles are green?
I'm, I'm, I don't know. It's just my fact. I don't know.
Thought you were the facts
Green.
lady. My bad. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to ask questions. The way it moved your
If we
glasses.
didn't know this already, my favorite creature to ever roam this earth is a whale shark. And if you guys didn't know, they are the largest fish in the sea, and they're only called whale sharks because of their size. They are sharks, and they do have teeth, but they don't use them because they're super, super, super teeny tiny teeth, and all they do. So when they eat, they just digest their food or fish or whatever they eat, and then it digests inside. They don't actually use their teeth. Um,
Bullet hole.
Yep, they're filter feeders. That's what they call them, and their esophaguses are the size of a quarter. Yep. Let's see what else.
Pause.
Oh, this is a good one. Sea otters. Their coats are only attached in a few places throughout their body, and they have the densest coat in the sea. So when they go to groom themselves, that way they can lift up their coat and groom all around their body. That's why their skin's only attached. And
Listen, I remember when she first told me this, and I was so shocked because I could just see it in my head. Like, imagine if you could lift your skin up off yourself to clean. Like, it just like the idea of that shit icked me the fuck out. I was so shocked. I just when she brought that up, I just remembered my reaction, my original reaction when I first heard that.
yes, and whale sharks. Back to whale sharks. They have like special flaps inside their mouth to prevent loss of food. So basically, like when they go to eat and they digest, so basically all they're doing is just ingesting food, like the fish, and water. So when they're ingest whatever and they close their mouths, the flaps on the inside of their mouth will work to swallow their food and then push all the other, like the rest of the water out. That way they're
My
getting their
eyes
fish.
are watering. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
I'm just you're bringing me to tears with these facts.
what? Those are so good. No, I'm just a fucking genius.
No, I just from now on will be calling my mouth a food flap.
Okay, moving on. Let's see. Each whale shark has their own individual pattern, so they're not all the same. They don't all look the same. And that's how, like, for example, the two little babies at the Georgia Aquarium, that's how they can tell them apart because they don't have the same pattern, if you would call it. Let's see. My favorite other animal that haunts me because I took a school picture with an owl on the front of my shirt, and my mom has it hanging up, and it haunts me to this day. So I grew up loving owls, anything owls. And so here's some facts. Owls can fly silent. The only reason why they fly silent is because they have a special wing and feather structure that reduces the turbulence in their wings, so they can fly silent during the night.
My spending problems started at the book fair in school.
Dude, yes! The book fair is not the same now because I would go and buy all the, okay, embarrass myself here, but Magic Treehouse, unfortunate, or series of unfortunate events, and then I bought Captain Underpants books because
What I bought was what was it? It was like what fuck? I haven't read these books in years, but it's like Judy Moody and the Not So.
Yes.
Yeah. That I really liked
I really liked Diary.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Diary of a Kid.
I bought Harry Potter at the book fair. That's how I started my obsession. If you can't see my little 9 3/4.
I read and watched Harry Potter in middle school, and I don't know, it never was that interesting to me.
I'm at Prisoner of Azkaban, number 1. Book and movie. Number 2, A Goblet of Fire, book and movie. Number 3, Order of the Phoenix, just the book.
You would be Hermione.
Moving on. Um, moving on. Let's see. What's next? Oh, this might be a fact that I learned about. I don't know how. Don't ask me how I knew this. Honeybees can flap their wings near 200 times every second.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the answer to this. I might be overstepping my boundaries on this one. Have you heard that thing where it's like hummingbirds have to constantly flap their wings in order to live? Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean they move so fast. Their wings fly so fast. So like if their wings like if they injure their wings, they can't survive in nature.
How do they sleep? They just.
I mean, they obviously like perch and land, but if they're flying in the air and their wings aren't going as fast as they need to be to like reach up to like go get pollen or out of a hummingbird feeder or whatever, like if they can't reach their heights, then they can't survive.
Yeah, but I always thought like they were constantly fluttering their wings 24/7 endlessly.
Oh, I don't know. I would think that they'd be able to perch because they perch onto the hummingbird feeder.
Yeah, but they while they feed.
Yeah, actually, when they perch on the hummingbird feeder, their wings are still moving.
What an interesting next video, hummingbirds.
I have a hummingbird on my arm.
Research on hummingbirds coming to you next.
I have a hummingbird? No, I have a dragonfly. Sorry, I have a dragonfly.
I want to get a dragonfly next to my butterfly. I want to get my butterfly here, and I want to get a dragonfly.
Okay, let's see. Squirrels can't vomit or burp.
What? Squirrels?
Yep, squirrels.
I thought you said schools. I was like, what the fuck?
And the reason why flamingos stand on one leg is to conserve their heat in their body temp.
The fuck does that have to do with their leg?
Because they always stand with one leg. They always have one leg up.
But like, what does their body heat have to do anything with their leg?
I don't know. It's just a fact I knew. Like, I didn't go into detail.
I'm sorry. She's like, can you stop treating me like I know everything just because I'm giving you fun facts?
These are just fun facts. Like, I didn't like go into like grave detail about them.
I'm sorry.
Good. Oh, I do know a lot about dogs. I am a dog expert. I am CPR certified, pet first aid. Yeah. So the reason why like people, it's whatever. I'm the best. Okay. So the reason why people put booties on their dogs, like if it's super super hot outside, the concrete is like, I want to say like 25 to 30 degrees hotter than the actual than outside. So the reason why you need booties is because dogs sweat from their paws. So they overheat. That's the one place where they overheat is their paws. So that's how dogs overheat, and that's why people wear
put booties on them.
On their doggies. Yep.
That's interesting information. I have 5 Shih Tzus, and I've never known that.
Oh my god, I love Shih Tzus. They're so cute and tiny little babies. I have a Great Dane. His name's Kevin. His name is Kevin. And I have a Basset Hound. His name's Tucker, but we call him Chew because he sounds like Chewbacca. And then I have a toy Schnauzer. His name's Axel, and he's never gonna fucking die. He's 14. He's never gonna die. The dog's an asswipe. Let's see. Sorry, he is. It's like
that was so wild.
He has no teeth, and he like thinks that he needs to bite everybody. Like, bro, you got no teeth. You're gumming me right now. Like, this is not hurting me in any shape or form.
Quoted, you're gumming me.
Oh, here's my favorite fact that everybody gets weirded out by. Don't know why. But a blue whale's tongue can weigh more than a female elephant.
Why not a male elephant?
Fun fact! Because whale elephants weigh more. I mean, male, not whale elephants. Male elephants.
Whale elephants weigh more. I agree. Wow. That was rude. It's okay later, baby girl. Whoa.
Pause. Pause.
Jesus, got heated in here
One
real
more.
fast.
One more fact. Are you ready?
I've never been more ready.
Let's see. Actually, two more.
Go on forever. I could listen to you talk forever.
Okay. Got me kicking my feet and shit. Anyway, stingrays have no bones in their body. It's just cartilage. And they don't use their eyes for hunting. They have sensors in the front of their face to detect the electrical signals from the other animals in the water. Butterflies can taste with their feet. They use taste sensors to determine which leaves caterpillars can eat on, so they know where to lay their eggs.
I always I really do forget sometimes that butterflies are just mature caterpillars.
Dude,
Like I always forget.
Butterflies are so smart. It's insane to me. Insane.
Dude, and it's funny to me because butterflies are so smart and tiny, and then there's like full-grown humans that don't use their brain at all.
Yep.
Shocking.
Some humans have zero common sense. We won't go into that today. It's another topic.
Do you have any fun facts about bears, Haley?
I do not have any fun facts about bears, unfortunately. Except my favorite movie, Brother Bear. That's it.
I have some fun facts about bears.
Hit me.
And this is going to go into a topic that a lot of you probably know very well right now because it is making the rounds on TikTok. And that is, if you were lost in the middle of the woods, would you feel more comfortable or more safe with a bear or an unknown man? I want you to answer this now. Then I'm going to tell you some facts and you can tell me if your answer changes or stays the same.
A bear.
Why?
Because a bear is a bear. Like, that's his natural habitat, first of all. And second of all, I am an animal whisperer. Whatevs. Anyway, I feel
why
like...
you feel comfortable with the man?
Because they're useless. Especially if they don't know what they're doing out in nature. Like, out in the woods. Like, what are you going to do, hunt? Try and hunt the bear? Then you're dead. Then I'm going to be alone with the bear anyway. You gotta think like that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the argument comes from women who have been essayed or, I'm trying to find a safer word for what the word I'm looking for. Essayed or attacked unconsensually is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of different points of views from guys, from girls, from many, 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 many people. And I also did some research just kind of looking into, the topic in and of itself. So personally, I would say I would feel safer with a bear. And the reason I would say that, along with your reasonings, is like, the fuck are you going to do for me in the woods?
Yeah.
Be so free.
And if a bear was to... What are you going to do?
If I get attacked by the bear and live, at least people will believe me. If I get killed by the bear, it's, first of all, because I got way too close. Like, bears will only really attack you if you get too close or you're threatening their cubs or their food or their space. Yeah. But I've seen a lot of things. I'm going to start saying some quotes that I've seen through TikTok and comments or whatever. I don't know who commented these. It's just been random women. I've just written them down as I've seen them. The bear will attack you because it thinks you're a threat. A man will attack you because he knows that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And this topic is not to say that all men are bad and all men are people who will assault you. This is not that. But I feel that it is necessary to bring up because I think it's a real thing. I think people are kind of missing the point. So I'm going to go into the both topics. I'm going to go into the very statistical part of it with the bears and the women and the men. And I'm also going to go into what I personally think is the point of the topic regardless. So obviously, I feel like if the bear is going to attack me and hurts me and I live, at least people will believe me. And it's not like, I'm going to have to see the bear again or, run into the bear again. Like it's nearly impossible that I'll ever have to face that situation again and I could heal and move on. Whereas if it was a guy, I don't know what his intentions are. And he's alone with me in a place where I can't scream for help. He's alone with me in a place where I don't know who he is. Like I said, it's an unknown person. We don't know if he's a good person or a bad person. And I don't like those odds. I like the odds better with the bear. I'd rather have the odds of dying and never making it out of those woods with a bear than the odds of getting attacked and living and having to live with the trauma of a guy doing something to me, because I've been in that situation before multiple times and I don't like it. I would never want it to happen again.
Yeah.
But I've also seen some other quotes. No one would question me about what I was wearing if the bear attacked me. If I survived the bear attack, I wouldn't have to see it at family reunions. A bear wouldn't film it and send it to his friends. And I think that those are all real women's experiences and opinions. And I think that there's a lot of...
And it's sad that most women probably said a bear.
Oh, yeah. The majority of things that I've seen have been women saying bear. And actually, a lot of the things I've seen as well, where women or wives ask their husband, would you trust me in the woods with a bear or a man or our daughter? I've seen a lot of guys also say the bear.
The bear.
So the guys that haven't been a threat to women, that are good people, agree? Does that not say something? So I did some research about the topic because I thought that if we're going to go on the plain, like, super surface level bear versus man, since 2020, 7 women were killed by bears and 15 were attacked, but not fatally. Since 2020, there have been 8,000 fatal attacks on women by men, 1.6 million non-fatal ones. And on average, men ages 18 to 24 are 167 times more likely to kill someone than a black bear. Most times bears attack because a person's too close, making it in almost every situation, that being attacked by a bear is extremely easily avoided. Bear attacks are super rare. They usually are only defending their cubs, their space, or their food. Whereas 450,000 women have been victims of non-consensual intimacy and assault every year. And I think that it's a really big topic, and this is a deep topic, and not a lot of people are going to agree with that, and that's fine. You can disagree. This is coming from 2 women who have at least once or twice in their life, probably more than that, have felt scared, alone, with men around them, who have walked fast in the dark, clutched onto their keys, and feared for their life around other men. I've seen a lot of people question that this is an excuse to shit on men. And on a real note, I don't think that it was ever about a bear versus a man. I think that obviously that's where the topic started. But the whole point is that never should we have to feel unsafe around a man because he cannot control himself. I don't care if a woman is walking around ass fucking naked. That is not yes. That is not consent. Ever. And I think another topic that's really interesting that I've experienced is that consent can be taken away. Even in the act. And if you don't stop, it is still not consensual, even if they had consented and then said no, or then said stop. If they look uncomfortable, sound uncomfortable, or haven't openly said yes, it's a no. And the amount of women that fear coming forward because people do not believe them is out fucking rageous.
Can I bring up something?
Yeah.
So in high school, I was an avid my senior year, and we were talking about, I think it was beginning of the year, and we were talking about colleges, and we watched this documentary about a girl who got sexually assaulted and attacked by a football player, like a popular football player at this college. I don't remember what college it was at. But she turned it in, and they did not believe her, obviously. And she ended up having evidence, and she got a rape kit done. And it came back positive with his, DNA. And the parents paid off the school to not let him off the football team because he had the NFL draft the next year.
Well, it's the same thing where and I'm not going to say names because it's going to start an uproar, government officials, presidents, state officials, teachers, cops, therapists, doctors, who get to stay in office, stay in their jobs, live their lives normally after literally crushing the soul of an innocent person. This is not to say that men don't also experience sexual assault and rape. This is not to diminish their experiences who have also been in the same situation. But it is to say that women as a whole, in every community, not just us as white women, but in every community, are severely overlooked. And it is absolutely mortifying that a lot of us walk around in fear. It is never okay.
It's sad, and like I go for my walks after work, and I'm always constantly, if I go, sometimes I'll go in the daylight, but sometimes I'll go like 7:30, 7:45, and if I wear my headphones or whatever, I think it's pretty sad that I have to like continuously like look over my shoulder to make sure that nobody is following me, and to make sure I'm safe, because I wouldn't know what to do if something like that were to happen to me. I mean, I would definitely fight for my life as much as I could.
Mm-hmm. And that's
but I think it's sad that we don't even feel safe in daylight time. You know what I mean?
Right. It's why the whole conversation of bear versus man is such a big topic. And I think that a lot of guys are missing the point. It's like, I saw a lot of people talking about a guy who was like, well, I wouldn't choose a woman over a bear, and yada yada. And a lot of the guys are really spiteful. And it's funny to me because it's like, why are you offended if you aren't one of the guys who would do something to hurt a woman? I think that a lot of guys that come forward who are angry that a woman would choose a bear over them are kind of showing us exactly what they expect or what they would do to someone. And this isn't just like grown women. I mean, like, a lot of us have been sexually assaulted in our like younger years. Like, I've met a lot of people who were assaulted at the age of like anywhere between 8 and 20. Like, I've met kids who were raped. I've seen kids who were raped and now have to go through with having a kid because of the new laws. So, not to touch super deep into that, but it's a fucking problem, along with the thousands of other problems that are going on in the country that they don't care to touch on. And I think that it's super important that we, as a generation with technology, with the internet, with a voice, with platforms, we don't have a big platform, at least not at this very moment, but a lot of people do, and they do not use it. And it's exactly what's going on with the whole Palestine and Israel and Gaza thing. You guys, there's a lot of people that have a platform and they're not using it. You guys don't understand that the world is literally on fire. And I think that for us to be so blind to it because we don't want to admit what's going on in the world is exactly the reason why this shit is going to keep happening. And on that note, I choose the bear all day, every day for the rest of my life.
How Travis Scott did not win a Grammy again because he was robbed. He was robbed! Like the first time he was robbed with Astroworld and Cardi B. First of all,
A topic.
Astroworld, no skips. Rodeo, no skips.
I agree.
Utopia, no skips.
I agree.
What Cardi B album is no skips? Just because she had that fucking Bodak Yellow song that was popular? Get the fuck on. Like, get on. Get on with it.
That song was decent. I actually... Do you want to know what's really funny? I don't think I know one Cardi B song that isn't, like, WAP or Bodak Yellow.
See? And I can't do it. Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight, no skips. I just don't understand how he got robbed again for Utopia. I would have been okay if Drake and 21 Savage or Loss would have won as well. I would have been fine. But it was that big
one.
What's his name? It's like Big Mike or something like that. I don't know. But it's fucking nobody I've heard of and nobody that's gonna be on repeat for the next year and a fucking half. I'm sorry to tell you.
Who won? I'm so confused. I didn't watch the Grammys this year because I think it's all a ploy to distract us from the world being on fire, just like the Met Gala.
Okay, but I have a lot of things to say about Met Gala.
Go for it. We can talk about it.
What
was the fucking theme?
I don't know. Nobody
slayed that shit all the way. Ari slayed. She came, she served, she ate, and she left no crumbs. That outfit, gorgeous. The voice, amazing. Her look, top tier.
Killer Mike, that's his name. Have you ever heard of him? I didn't fucking think so. Killer Mike.
Who the fuck is that? I know
he won the best rap album for
2023.
2024, I think it was this year or last year. It was this year.
Until next year for dude, I think that's like highway robbery. A good question I feel like we can bring up in this state of mind. Kendrick or Drake?
Okay, listen.
Kendrick.
I'm so fed up. Like, how many diss tracks are you gonna come out with? Like, Kendrick roasted your ass, and you want to come out with Family Matters like that's gonna help you? I don't think so. Sit the fuck down.
Kendrick dropped Euphoria and Not Like Us, served us dinner and dessert with facts. And Drake really said, and my favorite part is, I don't know who the fuck said this or who told me this, I don't remember, but whoever told me this, thank you. There's a line in the Kendrick song, Not Like Us, where he says, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. Now, first of all, that is fucking genius. And then...
This is what I say to Drake.
I thought you were telling me to shut up, and I immediately shut up.
No! Why would I say that? That's mean. Drake, take a word.
Universal sign for shut the fuck up. Quiet coyote.
Listen here.
Because he said
Kendrick just had a full course meal and fucking ate it up. And then Drake wants to come back with another diss track, like that's gonna save his ass.
Here's the funniest part.
Sit down, shut up.
Sit down, be humble.
True. This is true.
I just served. Anyway.
And it ain't all like this, like Drake song All Me. It's not all you. Like, you need to fucking do a 180 and get the fuck out of the face. Like,
and felony charges. And a registered sex offender. But listen, someone said, you know, Kendrick talks about how he messes with kids and he is a pedophile. And then Drake's real response was, I never liked Millie Bobby Brown. And Kendrick was like, when the fuck did I say any names? Drake, what the fuck? If you're gonna defend yourself, don't be a fucking idiot. And to be honest, who the fuck even really listens to Drake? Be for real though, like what songs other than like God's Plan do we really listen to?
Okay. If you want to get into this, if you wanted to get into music trivia, this is my ordeal here. Okay, listen here. The one thing about Drake is I liked Her Loss with 21 Savage. I really, really liked it. And then I'm not sure about. I liked Take Care. Take Care. I really like that album. Probably no skips. That's a no skip album. Views is also a no skip album. But I don't know about. See, I listen to Kendrick, but not that much to where I can be like. But I'm on Kendrick's side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I don't listen to Drake or Kendrick in a way that I could have a big opinion on it, but I definitely think with the evidence proven to the court today, I rule in favor of Kendrick Lamar. Which, speaking of music industry and famous people, congratulations to Hailey Bieber for being fucking pregnant. First of all, you're looking at two people who grew up with Justin Bieber and have the fever forever. We were crushed.
Making music. That should be me.
Obviously, congratulations.
I'm saying this right now. Journals, no skips. He needs to make another album like Journals. Flatline, no skips.
We need another album like Journals because the way that album hits is so... Do you want to know another song that really fucking hits by Justin Bieber that I will never, ever, ever stop listening to?
Down to Earth.
There's gonna be one less lonely girl.
No.
I was young.
It's favorite girl for me. It's favorite girl for me.
That's a good one too. When I was a kid, I used to watch him take these girls up on stage and give them flowers and pray that one day it would be me. I was like 5. Like, he'd be singing One Less Lonely Girl, giving this girl flowers, and I'd be over here behind the screen like, that should be me. So, anyways, but yeah, as much as we were devastated because he's not our husband, congratulations. And it's so crazy because we grew up with Justin Bieber, and now we get to see his kid. And I think that is super fucking amazing and full circle.
See this man here on my wall? I am a directioner through and through. And let me just say, love you, Harry. Love you. Bring back the long hair. Long hair Harry is where that hits different. Anyway, if Harry Styles were to come out tomorrow and be like, hey, me and Taylor Russell are having a baby, I think I would just delete everything that I have and not do anything ever again. I mean, I'd be happy for him. But at the same time, it's like I am delusional to thinking that I can have his baby. Whatever.
And you know what I mean? It's like...
If Nick or Chris or Matt ever followed me, I'd just be saying it all day.
If any of them ever even reposted or liked a video I had, I'd quit. I would have reached my peak and have to quit. Because that's like... you know who else? If this person followed me on TikTok, or liked or reposted any of my things, would make me quit. Madison Beer. Speaking of Madison Beer.
Listen here. She's coming to Portland, and I wanted to go so bad, but I cannot get tickets, like, at all.
Right.
I want to see her so bad. I love her. She's, honestly, my opinion, the hottest woman I think I've ever seen. I wish I could be her.
Dude, we did not need 360-degree angles of the Sterniola triplets at the Madison Beer concert. Let them live, please, for the love of fucking God. They went to a concert, and it was more about them than it was about Madison Beer. Guys, chill. Let them live. They're like, who's that girl with them? Who's that girl with them? I'm like, guys, Jesus Christ.
Who cares? Who gives a shit? Nobody.
I want to watch Madison Beer. I don't care.
I'm there for Madison Beer, not to see them. I watch them every Friday.
I mean, love them.
Twin.
Where have you been?
Nobody knows me like you
do. No, nobody. Okay, anyway. McLovin, because I'm McLovin it.
Dude, take that vest off. You look like Aladdin.